Around 1 o'clock, or a bit past 1 o'clock, we were awoken by the fire, specifically sounds of people shouting, "Help, help, fire, fire." And we looked out the window. I'm visiting relatives in the Ladbroke Grove area, and we could see clearly the tower block, Grenfell Tower, fully aflame on one side of the building, and all the way from the bottom to the top, just on one side of it. And we watched as that fire moved across the building, and we heard sirens, of course, as the emergency services flew past us to get there. We've seen some evidence of life, people blinking lights and things like that within the building. And as your correspondent said, there is a hydraulic platform that has gone up towards what could be an area of the building where there are people actively inside. We saw a person just about 45 minutes ago on the 11th floor standing at the window with his hand or her hand up to her ear, perhaps on the phone. I've also spoken with a few people on the ground who have come out of the building on their own accord. That was a while ago. From what we understand, we're hearing that the stairs are no longer safe for people to come out of the building using the stairs. We saw hoses going up the side of the building, but they're really, I believe the top half of the building cannot really be put out at this point. They're just focusing on the lower floors. The fire engines that are responding can only really send water up about 6 or 7 floors, it looks like. But that hydraulic platform is up, it looks now, towards the 11th floor, perhaps the 12th. Some flats are still actively burning, especially on the side of the building that burned near the latter part of the fire. And we saw lots of debris coming off of the building. People are saying that it's the facade that was recently updated, and not necessarily part of the structure. Some residents here in the area saying the structure should be fine because it's concrete, but obviously that's just a supposition. We don't know about the integrity of the building, but most of what we've seen is cladding and other facade elements coming away. We've heard explosions, perhaps glass popping, TVs, appliances, and we've seen some debris flung outside of windows. And so far, the smoke continues to go from all sides of the building straight up into a large column of smoke.
In the middle of the night, a fire nightmare.
Oh my God, they're screaming!
Flames on a lower floor grew to a 27-storey inferno.
I heard something. I looked up and I could see someone coming out the window. Next moment, they're on the floor.
This man was on the 6th level, doing anything to grab attention between the plumes of choking smoke. He wasn't alone.
We've received phone calls. We've got family and friends still in there. There is someone trapped in 81, a 5-year-old girl. We wish her all the best, man. Honestly, man.
Too many watched helplessly, perhaps at first not knowing the danger they were in, as debris plummeted onto firefighters trying to save them.
We saw people looking out the window screaming help, flashing their lights and everything.
We could hear people screaming, help me, and flashing their phone lights to let people know that they were there.
There are 120 flats inside, home to hundreds, families, the elderly, young children.
You saw them throwing children from the window?
Yeah, pay children, because you as a parent, imagine what's that first thing you want is to help.
Police are telling the gathered crowd, tell your loved ones to get a wet cloth over their face and get out. Do not wait.
For those who escaped...
I was inside my flat. Oh, gosh, sorry. Some people, I think, have found someone that survived.
Alive but heartbroken and still panicked.
A lot of the people who have been evacuated are standing and watching everything they own go up in flames. There's nothing they can do. There's a sense of helplessness.
First reports of the flames came in at 12:54 a.m.
And then woken up by just the incredible noise of sirens and helicopters and shouting.
Grenfell Tower is close to Notting Hill, the Westfield shopping mall, the old BBC studios in West London. 40 fire engines, 200 firefighters, 20 ambulances raced there as toxic smoke spread across the city. The building was built in 1974. Refurbishments had been underway, including new cladding on the outside walls, new windows and smoke systems. Fire crews have pretty much been forced to give up and let the top of the building burn out. There is only so high their ladders will go, only so far their water will reach.
Nothing should burn that quickly if it's got people in it.
Whoever said yes to that cladding, a lot of questions to answer.
A short time ago, harrowing confirmation this will be a major tragedy. Experienced firefighters describing what's unfolded as unprecedented.
At this time, I am very sad to confirm that there have been a number of fatalities. I cannot confirm the number at this time due to the size and complexity of this building. Residents say they could barely hear fire alarms and struggled to find stairwells to escape.
I was telling people, get out of the building, and they're screaming back at me, we can't get through the smoke, we're trapped in here. And now I'm looking at those flats, and all those flats are burnt out.
The phones of people trapped inside are now flat or going unanswered.
How can they contact her? Look at the building. That's rather sad.
Right now, residents stranded, praying, hoping that help will come soon.
First of all, the fire alarms didn't go off, so I was fast asleep, and it was only by the sound of people screaming, "Don't jump off the building," which I was assuming obviously people must have been doing to escape the fire. That was the only reason why I woke up to begin with. Basically, what actually happened was, so I obviously looked out the window, and I see loads of people running away, saying, "Don't jump off the window! Don't jump! Go down the fire escape where the stairs are." So instinct told me look outside into the flat, basically where all the other flats connect to the lift. And as soon as I literally went there, you could see it was black smoke coming towards my face. So instinct told me put my shoes on. I took my t-shirt off and covered my face and went down the fire emergency stairs.
What floor do you live on?
7th.
And so were there a lot of people going down the stairwell at that time?
No, at that time it was about 2 in the morning, and basically what actually happened was all I did see was firefighters in BA sets basically going up the stairs to try, I think, evacuate as many people as they possibly can.
And how many people do you think got out of the tower? How many people escaped with you, and how many people had escaped before you got out?
To me, basically, from what I've been told, there were a lot of people still left in there at the time where the fire was actually happening. What actually happened was I did see one firefighter helping a very disabled woman down the flight of stairs to safety. But the other problem was, in fact, where you go down the fire exit point, you basically come out to another entrance to the building where the main entrance is. And as soon as you come down them block of stairs, you come out, and that was the actual side where the fire actually started. So firefighters were trying to tell me and tell other people, don't come out that way, because there was bits of debris and stuff actually coming off the building at that side.
So from the moment you realised something was wrong to the moment you actually got out of the building, how long was that?
I would say literally 40 seconds, 30 seconds. I just literally put my shoes on and just ran out the building as quickly as I possibly could. But as I was going down the stairs, I obviously knew that the firefighters were going up the stairs. So I did say to the firefighters, do you want me to knock on some of the doors on the way down, just to try and raise the alarm? And they just basically said, no, we want you to go as quickly as possible.
There have been 6 fatalities, tragically. We knew that a number of people had lost their lives, but we're now hearing from the police here in London that there are 6 fatalities, and sadly they're saying that they expect that number to rise. More than 50 people have been taken to hospital, people who were injured in this blaze which started in the early hours of this morning. We were updated by the fire service a little earlier, who told us that they did believe people were trapped and hadn't managed to. We're now hearing from the Metropolitan Police here in the capital that there have been 6 fatalities, and as I say, that number is expected to rise. tragedy here in West London. The fire, of course, still burning, and as we heard from Ashish, people who have lost homes are being looked after in a local sports centre, in an evacuation centre, and it's interesting to see people. We've seen them this morning taking blankets, food, water, offering what they can to those who are caught up in this terrible tragedy.